Hey, today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite games on the HTC Vive, Zombie Training Simulator. As you can probably hear, they're making a bit of noise over there. So this is the first game I'm showing you that uses not just a steering wheel or joystick in a seating position, but this one actually utilizes the full play area. It's also the first game I'm showing you that actually uses the HTC Vive controllers, so I can kind of show you a quick demonstration of how those work. These match with the real world. So as you're looking on the left side of your screen, you're looking at what I'm seeing through the headset in the virtual world. The lower right is the camera that should be somewhere up in this area showing the place around me, and then the top right picture is what you're looking at from the camera on the bottom of the headset. So you can see matching the left and the top right images. The top right is showing you the controller in my real hand, and then the left side is showing the controller in the virtual world. You can see that it's a match one for one. So as I rotate the controller, you can see that on both screens it matches perfectly with, at least from my standpoint, no delay whatsoever. It's actually accurate enough to where you can throw it up and you can catch the controller. It's that accurate. There's no kind of guesswork of where it is. It's exactly a one-for-one ratio with the real world. So it's very easy to control. In dealing with this game, this is one of my favorite games because it's very simple. I use it to demonstrate basically to new players how VR works. Really the only thing you need to worry about on the controller is the trigger here, and then also the thumb pad here if you want to reload your weapon early. But other than that, that's it. You can basically put someone in here that has no experience with virtual reality gaming, get in the controller, and it's as simple as you see the zombies and you shoot the zombies and not having to fiddle with the controllers or anything. So I'll show you how this game works. Basically, you have a whole bunch of different weapons that you can unlock by killing more zombies, and each one of the weapons has its own characteristics or its own little quirks. So you have weapons that are semi-automatic, like the M4 here, and its configuration is semi-automatic, small round, versus like AK-47, full automatic, larger round. You have shotguns, you have a variety of pistols, again, each with their own attributes, so that when you're playing through the game, you have to take into account those attributes and plan your strategy accordingly. The basic fundamental of this game is survival mode, which is you just have waves of zombies coming at you. So go ahead and get started with that here in a second. First I'll show you how the weapon mechanics work. It's very simple. The way the pistol grip works, as you can see here, lines up perfectly with the controller in my hand. So it's as simple as kind of just point and shoot. If you wanted to, you can go through and use the sights. I think what it shows you on the display is the left eye, so let me go ahead and show you that. But you can either shoot it this way, you can hip fire it, you can hold it out in front of you, kind of gangster style. However your play style is, you can adapt it to work for you. It's as simple as shooting the zombies in the head to take the zombies out. They're kind of like zombie cardboard cutouts for this game. A headshot will drop them first time every time. You can see the counter here on the back of the weapon shows you your round count. You can either fire all the way through all the listed rounds, automatically reload, or if you're partway through a mag and you want to reload before you have a new wave of zombies, you just hit the thumb pad in the front and it reloads. So there's none of that actual having to swap out magazines or anything like that in some games like Onward, where you actually have to pull out an old mag, put a new mag in, charge the charging handle. None of that in this game. Like I said, it's as simple as point and shoot, which is great for beginners. With the zombies, if you don't shoot them in the head, you just kind of take out chunks of their body, but they'll still keep coming at you. So really you want to go for those headshots so that you don't have to worry about it. When you load into a wave, you have a couple other tools available to you besides just the weapon. So there's things like grenades. It's as simple as you pick up the grenade, you throw it, and it blows up. These other items like propane tanks, gas cans, they're laid up around you so that if you have a large wave coming at you, you pick up a propane tank, you throw it at them, and you shoot it, and it'll take out waves. Same with gasoline. And then you also have pretty much big slabs of meat that help you out. So if you have a wave of zombies coming at you, you throw the meat out, it's a distraction, they'll go for the meat instead of coming at you, buy you a little bit of extra time there. So I'll go ahead and just get started with survival mode. Okay, so then once survival mode here loads in, you have a couple different options for game types. They pretty much go from easiest on the left to hardest on the right. And they're all kind of just give you different degrees of how many grenades you have, how many pieces of meat you have, how many propane tanks. In the interest of time, I'll go ahead and pick one of the harder ones, just so that you're not stuck watching wave after wave. When every round loads up, you can see in the distance the environment's preloaded with a bunch of different debris, such as propane tanks, gas tanks, those kind of things. So you'll have zombies coming from all different directions in different number of waves. So you're pretty much trying to last as long as you can. There is no way to finish. Everything's just based on how many waves you can make it through until you run out of ammo. As the zombies come towards you, if any of them get within your area that you're playing from and they touch you, it's game over and that you can start again. And every weapon's tracked differently too, so you can pick up a new weapon and start from wave 1 all the way through, and you'll pick up where you left off with that particular weapon. So as you master each one, you can move on to a different type, come up with a new gameplay style. They have different amounts of ammunition in their magazines, different size rounds. I'll start out with my kind of go-to weapon to begin with. So yeah, they'll spawn around you, and each wave will get more difficult with more zombies, different speeds they'll go at. It's always a good idea to take a piece of meat at the beginning of every round and throw it out just in case. Distract them, and then have a propane tank in your hand for the most part. So yeah, you can see them starting to get large waves, and that's where you can shoot different objects on the ground and blow them up in one foul swoop. And those will respawn, as well as all the tools you have on your table that respawn every round. So that was wave 1 complete, here comes wave 2. And you can see it kind of shows you the walls here. So if you pick up an item and you're going to throw it, then it wants to make sure that you know that there's a wall there. And you're not going to just punch your wall with the controller, which actually does happen. So have a grenade in my hand. And you do have to keep your head on a swivel because they'll come from all different directions. So if you're not careful, you'll get preoccupied with one side, and then all of a sudden you turn your head and they're right there in front of you. So you have to be careful. And it actually is very surprising when they come up on you and they're right in your face. The fact that, for instance, I have the stereoscopic vision going on, they're actual full scale. So it's like a very large thing pops up in your face, and the jump factor is there and kind of gets your heart going. Not the most intimidating zombies themselves because they're cardboard cutouts basically, but it is a lot of fun. And like I was saying before, this is a really good game for beginners. It's as simple as picking up the weapon, point and shooting the zombies. Pretty straightforward, nothing complex, nothing difficult with the controllers. Yet you still get that full 360 immersion that you're wanting people to experience. Oop, yep, so they're coming right at me, and there, they touched me and I'm out. So I'll show you one more weapon. I'll show you a heavier weapon with automatic capability, and that'll probably be the end of the video. Let's try the AK-47 here. Okay, so this will have a heavier round. I'll try to show you the zombies that have garbage cans on their head. With the M4, I would have had to hit that garbage can a bunch of times before the zombie's head is exposed. This one, I can hit the garbage can one time, drop the can, and then next shot can be right in the melon. So I can use the sight here. Now there's a bit of a you wish you could reach up and kind of brace the front of the weapon with your other arm. Not possible in this game, obviously, because there's nothing really there for you to brace onto with your other arm. Oh, still going. Oh, so here's one of those garbage cans. In the past, I would have had to hit him a couple times to expose his head, but there just once. That's because it's using a larger round of the AK-47. Yeah, some games like what's it called, Onward, a little bit more detailed with how the weapon mechanics work. So that one, you actually are able to put your other controller in front, grab the front of the weapon, and it'll help you brace, so that when you're looking down the sights, you have more stability control. Not the case in a simple little game like this, but that's one of the reasons why it's so great for beginners. And this game really is a huge time sink. I mean, there are so many times where I'll be playing this game for an hour, 2 hours, and I had no idea I'd been in here for that long. Take the headset off, you're sweaty, but it just keeps going, and it's fun to see how far you can make it. You get annoyed, and every time you end a round where a zombie sneaks up on you, you feel like you cheated and you need to start all over again. You're just trying to improve yourself every single time. And those little guys on the ground always tend to sneak up on you. Let's see. Finish out this round, and I think that'll be it. I might show you one of the other modes, which is not the same as this. There's no real threat, but it just keeps going. It's just extremely satisfying shooting the zombies, so I'll show you that here in a minute. start running out of propane tanks, it becomes a problem. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how the basic gameplay works in survival. Let me get back to the main menu. I'll show you one different weapon, and I'll show you a different game mode. So I'll go ahead and pick up. Let's do a submachine gun. No, let's do a pistol. So this one, 7 rounds in the magazine. So you really have to place your shots really well because you got to reload after 7 shots. So we'll go ahead and do Silverado. This one's kind of cool because it's at night. So it's a different type of environment. You have the flashlight in the front of your gun. Now what's different about this one is the zombies aren't coming at you. So I'm not entirely sure what the purpose is of this one other than it's fun. And having the flashlight and having zombies 360 degrees instead of just on 180. So another one of the game modes that you can just waste hours testing your shots, trying to get as many headshots as you can, testing out whatever playstyle you want to use, the sights. I think this one, yeah, you can come back and grab different weapons. So this is a good place to test them all out. Let's try one more weapon and then I'll end it up out of here. Three different weapons so I can see. I'll show you a shotgun since you haven't seen that yet. This one's very satisfying because you can take out large chunks of zombies at once. Kind of goes through multiple targets. Yeah, so you can see the spread of the shotgun. Takes out multiple targets in a wide spread. Yeah, so that's Alright, there we go. So that's Zombie Training Simulator. A lot of fun, nothing super complex. If you just want kind of a no-brainer type game, get in the VR world and just kind of shoot off some steam. You do feel some haptic feedback in the controller, so it's nothing like the recoil of an actual weapon, obviously, but you can feel when you're shooting, so it's very cool. A lot of games do implement that haptic feedback, so you know when you're touching either a virtual menu in front of you, you know when you're actually touching it. And then getting the feedback from firing the weapons is pretty cool. Just another level of immersion, and yeah, that's it. So if you have an HTC Vive and you want to give Zombie Training Simulator a try, I highly recommend it, especially if you show off your system to new players of any age, really. It's very quick and easy to explain to them, hey, you stand here in the middle of the room, you hold this weapon in your hand, you squeeze the trigger and it fires, and they'll figure out the aiming fundamentals, whether they want to actually use the sights or hip fire. Whatever their personal style is, they'll learn it very quickly, and then it's pretty much just, hey, put me in a new round, I want to get past the last wave that I got to last time. So, yep, that's it, highly recommend, and thanks for stopping by.